They say lighthouses are built to stop people from vanishing. But on some nights, the lighthouse vanishes first. Welcome back to Sleepless Horror, where the haunted ones gather. Let the day fall away and the night begin. Before we drift in, where are you listening from tonight, and what time is it for you now? I always find it comforting, knowing these stories echo through time zones, into quiet bedrooms, midnight cafes, or tucked beneath blankets, heard through soft headphones on sleepless train rides. So wherever you are, settle in. There's nothing left to do tonight, but listen. This is a true story, a quiet one, a strange one, a vanishing with no trace, only questions. The year was 1900. December. Off the far northwest coast of Scotland, beyond the jagged Hebrides, lies a scattered cluster of rocky islands. The Flannan Isles. Islean Moor is the largest, remote, wind-worn, and that winter, newly crowned with a lighthouse, a 75-foot white stone sentinel, built to keep ships safe from black water. 3 men lived there. James Ducat, the principal keeper, Thomas Marshall, second in command, and Donald MacArthur, the part-time assistant known for a fierce temper and a loyal heart. They kept the lamp burning, wrote in logs, polished brass, swept stairs, watched skies. It was quiet work, grim work, but important, because lives depended on it, because storms didn't care, and neither did rocks. Each night, the lantern had to glow. Each morning, the journal had to be written. Every task, a ritual, steady as the tide. December 15th. That was the last confirmed sighting. A passing ship noted the lamp was shining, and then silence. Storms battered the region for days, huge waves, frozen air. No one could reach the island. It wasn't until December 26th that the Hesperus finally arrived, the relief vessel. The sea had calmed, but the lighthouse stood still. No waving keepers, no flag, no signal. Just quiet. Captain Harvey and his men climbed the steps, calling names. No answer. The door was locked from the inside. They forced it open. Inside, the fireplace was cold, beds untouched. A meal, bread, meat, and potatoes, left uneaten on the table. 2 sets of oilskins were missing. The third hung by the door. A chair was tipped over, as if someone stood quickly or was startled. And then the clock stopped, its hands frozen, unmoving. Outside, they searched the rocks. No blood, no bodies, no footprints, just sea spray and silence. They turned to the logbook. Strange entries. One described a fierce wind, another that the men had prayed, and the last line simply read, "Storm ended, sea calm, God is over all." But the weather reports from nearby stations. Clear skies, gentle winds, no unusual pressure, no rogue waves. The official theory blamed a freak swell, a rogue wave large enough to snatch 2 men, with the third running out to help. But protocol forbade leaving the tower unattended. even in emergency. And Donald MacArthur, his coat was still hanging. He'd gone into winter wind, unprotected. Strange. Even for him, theories grew like moss. Some said one keeper lost his mind, killed the others, threw himself into the sea. But there was no blood, no broken glass, no sign of violence. Others whispered of pirates or smugglers, but nothing was stolen. And then, there were the old stories. The Flannan Isles had long been feared, named for Saint Flannan Dash, but older legends told of sacred ground, of ancient burials, of sea spirits. Shepherds once left offerings there. Fishermen avoided anchoring near its cliffs. Birds, too, behaved oddly, circling, but never landing. Locals said the lighthouse disturbed something, woke it. One engineer claimed to hear music beneath the tower, a hymn, slow and sorrowful. Another keeper, long after, said he heard knocking from below the floorboards. Steady, software, like someone trapped, far below. The island had no trees, no soil, just rock and sea and wind, a place that felt old, unmoved by human hands. One theory, spoken quietly, is that the island itself chose them, not in a fairy tale way, but in a quiet, watching way. That they didn't drown, they crossed through something, a doorway that opened and then closed. Not evil, just indifferent, like time itself. No bodies were found, no wreckage, only 3 names etched into stone: Duckett, Marshall, MacArthur. The lighthouse was automated soon after. No keeper ever lived there again. And even now, locals avoid it. Tourists rarely come. And sailors. Some say that on windless nights, when fog curls around the rocks, you can still hear them. 3 voices. Low, muffled, not screaming, not whispering, just talking, sometimes laughing, sometimes arguing, sometimes calling a name, as if they never left, or maybe never wanted to. If you're still here, thank you for listening. What do you think happened that winter? Let me know in the comments, and wherever you're resting tonight, by the coast or far from sea. Just know you're safe now, and the light's still burning. Good night.